March Madness, everybody. Ready for the sports report. See you in a second. Very crazy in the first round, but we will talk about that later. We're going to talk about the new and improved sports teams that are going around on Xavier's campus. First, we're going to talk about Xavier basketball. It's still struggling this season, but they are trying to win their way out of a slump. They recently won their second game of the season against Missouri. Hopefully, the season turns around soon. Moving to the golf. The Lady Musketeers battled against Belmont Abbey College to finish first place at the Winthrop Intercollegiate Tournament. In tennis, the men's team defeated Charlotte 6-1, and the women's team's Piedmont wins A10 Rookie of the Week. Well, sit tight, and we will be back with a special tournament challenge talk about bracket with my friend Kenny Taylor. So see y'all in a second. Hello, everybody. We're here with Kenneth Taylor, and we're going to talk about the tournament that's going on right now. As the first round was very complicated, people just didn't see a lot of things happening, a lot of madness going on. So what do you think about the first round so far?
I think the first round was real good. The one major upset that I seen was Ohio. Them beating, I believe they beat Georgetown, which was actually very crazy because I thought Georgetown would go far, but the Big East let me down right now.
The Big East has lost a lot of games. They lost Marquette, Notre Dame. Yeah. They just dropping like flies. Why is that? People were saying that they're the best team in the best conference.
I really do think they're the best conference, but I believe that they beat themselves up throughout the whole conference play, that when it gets time to come out and play different teams, that they're not physically ready because they've already been beaten and battered by their own teams in their conference.
Do you think Villanova will go far, since I feel that was a warm-up game? I think their eyes are open now since they almost lost to Robert Morris.
I feel Villanova will go far. I feel like Jay Wright sat down Corey Fisher and Scotty Reynolds to show the team, that no matter how big you are, if you are the star, that it's still a team. So I think they're gonna beat Baylor, and then I actually have an upset of Louisville actually beating Duke, and then I have Nova beating Louisville, which would put them, and they would have to play Kentucky.
Why do you think Louisville can beat Duke? Because I feel Louisville just cannot match up with Duke and Singler and all them people. Just
I feel like Louisville, they play good sporadically. If you ever look at Duke, they don't really have a big man. So I think Samardo Samuels can actually take over in the paint. And I also believe if Edgar Sosa comes to play with his air game, they can actually have a chance to win.
Who's your sleeper? Who do you think people are still sleeping on right now?
Well, to be honest with you, I really don't think there is a sleeper in this tournament, because I thought Baylor would be a sleeper, but I feel that they're going to go far, and I don't believe that they are a sleeper if you ever watch Baylor play. But I still think when you get down to like the Final Four, most of the #1 teams will still be there.
I think, well, my sleeper is New Mexico. Nobody's really talking about them. They are ranked 3. Yeah. But they are ranked high. But I feel that no one's talking about them. I think they're going to go far. I still think they might lose to West Virginia. I'm going to give them the benefit of that, winning the Big East and all that. Also, did you watch the Xavier game today?
Yes.
Xavier looks sound enough. If Pittsburgh wins, goes to the next round, beating Oakland. Right now, they're not looking like they're going to beat Oakland. If they go to the next round, Xavier goes to the next round, plays Pitt, do you think Xavier has a chance?
I believe Xavier does have a chance. Everyone knows I'm not Xavier's world's favorite fan, but when it comes down to the tournament, they always play well. They always play well, and I give credit where credit is due. They may not play good in A10, but when it comes down to the tournament, they always play well. I think they have a chance to beat Pittsburgh. And also, you have to remember last year, they lost on Levance Fields 3 at the end to win. And also, I remember Derek Brown ran down to get the ball, and they said that he stepped out. If he was a size maybe 12, that he would have been in.
Yes.
So I also think they have a chance of winning that. And I think they'll move on to play Kansas State, and that might be a tough game for them right there.
I know Kansas State will be a tough game, but the A-10, people were saying that they were going to win some games in the tournament,
yes.
and they have all lost, pretty much. The only team, Temple's lost, Richmond's lost, Xavier, I think, is the only A-10 team still in there. We all counted on that, but we thought Temple was going to be better. It's being ranked almost the whole season, and then come to the tournament and lose the first round.
Well, my only thing about Temple is I've seen them play, and I know that they're good. But when you have a team like Cornell, and if you ever watch when they played Kansas, they were with Kansas neck and neck throughout the whole game. So I thought that was going to be a good game. And I also thought that first round match was one of those matches where Cornell can actually win. I know a lot of people had Richmond going far, but I didn't really believe in Richmond as much. I didn't think that they were going to go that far. But when it comes down to it, I believe Xavier will always be the best team in the A-10, and they always play the best when it comes down to tournament time.
Who's your Final Four?
My Final Four, it would have to be Kansas, Syracuse, Kentucky, and Villanova.
And winning it all?
Kansas.
Kansas. Yeah. What's wrong with Kentucky?
Kentucky, I feel like they're like the Fab Five. I feel like they have all these great freshmen and they play well, but when it gets down to the big game, it always helps that if you've always been there, if you know what's gonna happen, if you know how to play, you already been there, you know. You're not afraid of the big stage, and I feel that Sherrod Collins, Aldridge, the Morris twins, they're ready. They've been there. They got upset last year when they should have had a chance to go farther in the tournament, so I think they're going to make it happen this year.
Well, switch it over to women's.
Okay.
Who do you think wins the women's?
Well, I'm obviously going to say I believe UConn has the best chance of winning, obviously. But to be honest with you, I believe Xavier has the best chance of beating them. I know a lot of people talk about Stanford and Nebraska, but I think Xavier has the best chance of beating them.
I do think so, too. Xavier has the Twin Towers in there. Got a nice, quick guard that some people sleep on.
Yes.
Special Jennings. So those are definitely some things that I hope people take into account. Hopefully, being that they lost 2 years in a row in the first round, that they get past it since they being first or second round at home. Also, I would like to let everybody know Xavier's women's team will be here at home on Sunday at noon, playing in the first round for the NCAA tournament. So hope people come out and support them. This has been Charles Dixon with Kenny Taylor talking about the tournament bracket, March Madness. It's been madness. And hopefully it gets a little bit better. So I'll see y'all in a little bit.
All right, guys. From crimes to fairy tales to Harry Potter, the invisibility cloak has played a major role in fiction. Now scientists have taken a small but important new step towards making it a reality. Scientists in the Institute of Technology report they were able to cloak a tiny piece of gold. All right, guys, that's it for news today.
They cloaked a tiny piece of gold.
They cloaked a tiny piece of gold.
Unnecessary.
We are making strides in science, obviously.
I want to be invisible too.
Well, we are off next week for College Movie Festival and the following week for Easter break. So enjoy your break. And on behalf of Hillary, Charles, and Kenny, I'm Kyle. And for the whole Muskie crew, have yourself a nice Easter break. And you know what? Have yourself a weekend.